How to make Ghana butter bread. These are the ingredients. You need your bread flour, salt, grated nutmeg, dry yeast, sugar, and butter or margarine. I've got here with me 10 ounces of bread flour. Measure it into the bowl, mixing bowl. I'm going to use 1.5 sachets of these 7 grams of the dry yeast. Because the weather is cold, you need a lot of yeast to make it proof quickly. But if it's summer, you can just use 1. That should be enough. I'll add my dry yeast. 1.5 sachets. Your grated nutmeg, just a pinch to give it a nice taste or flavor. Need a pinch of salt, just a little bit of salt, a bit of sugar to give it taste, about a teaspoon of sugar, and then you need your butter. It's a butter bread. So about a tablespoonful of butter or margarine. And you rub it in. Rub the butter in nicely. After rubbing in all the dry ingredients, you add your warm water. Remember, don't use very hot water, if not it will kill the yeast. So pour it a bit at a time. Don't add all the water. This is a 150 ml of warm water, but I'm adding it gradually till I get the texture of the dough that I want. Add a bit of water at a time and mix it. Now I've got the texture of the dough that I want, so I stop adding the warm water. So you turn the dough onto your clean surface, working surface, with a bit of flour sprinkled on. And then you use the back of your palm to knead it, so you get a very nice and a soft, elastic dough. What I'm doing now is kneading, distributing the yeast and the ingredients, binding it together to get a very nice and a soft dough for the butter bread. I've got my smooth, nice dough for the butter bread after kneading. This is what I have. So what I'm going to do now, I want only 1 loaf of bread. So I'm just sprinkling a little bit of flour on the surface, shape it, and put it in my loaf tin. This is my loaf tin. I grease it with butter and sprinkle with a little bit of the flour. So I just have to place the dough into the loaf tin and cover it with a damp cloth for it to rise. You leave it on for about 15 to 20 minutes for it to rise in a warm place. Butter bread. It has proven nicely ready now to go in the oven. The oven has been preheated, so you just put it in the oven and bake it for about 10 to 15 minutes. You keep checking it. Make sure you don't burn it. Okay. This is the butter bread. It's ready. So I take it out of the oven, and then if you have a pastry brush, you use a pastry brush to take a bit of the butter and rub the top bit of the bun. If you don't have a pastry brush, just use a clean kitchen towel like this on the batter and rub it over the bread. You see? You make it nice and shiny. And then you take it out of the, look, this is your butter bread. Your butter bread, you leave it on a rack to cool. Meanwhile, you can cover it with a nice clean cloth and leave it to cool. This is the butter bread, Ghana butter bread. It's ready to be eaten. Just slice it. It looks so good.